Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If you want to know who rules over you, find out if you can criticize them, according to someone. In this case, Ukraine. It's very strange that Ukraine is supposed to be made out of Ukrainians. And through democracy, the Ukrainians elect their Ukrainian leaders. I will show you a picture here. The picture provided by the Ukrainians, by Ukrinform, a Ukrainian media outlet. And there's 5 people in that picture. And I'm going to show you how many Ukrainians are in that picture. And remember, all those people over there are the ones in charge, we're told, of Ukraine. And I'm going to discuss if that's possible, if it's desirable, and if it's desirable, why other countries will not have that, but only certain countries can have this kind of diversity. Remember, this is Ukraine of the Ukrainians, like Germany of the Germans, America by the Americans, even though America is a little bit different. So let me show you. The article comes from Ukrinform, and this is the picture. And I'm going to show another picture as well. So, do you know who's over there? Can you recognize the guys, the baboons here? I will just point them to you. The only person I don't know here is this guy right here. Right here. I don't know this guy. Now, I know this guy, and this guy is Syrskyi. Syrskyi is the head of the Ukrainian military. He is ethnic Russian. So he's Russian. Okay? Now this is Jewish. And since the DNA shows if you're Jewish or not, you can tell me about the religion. I know that for a fact that if you do your Ancestry.com test, for instance, or any other thing, you're going to find out if you are, that you're going to show Jewish. Religion doesn't show on your DNA. Therefore, when they say it's a religion, no. It is their religion, but it shows in the DNA. So it's something specific. All right. Here, this is Jewish. This right here, this is Yermak. This is Jewish. And this is the head of the president's office. Many people say that he's in charge, actually. He was a movie producer, like Weinstein. And he was a clown. They worked together. And now they come here and show us how serious he looks, because this is a movie that this guy directs. This guy is the actor. And who's this? This is Umerov. Umerov is the defense minister of Ukraine. He is a Tatar. So Ukrainian, right? No. So let's see who the other guy is. Anatoliy Barhylevych. This is the other guy. So you have them here. Who's who, what's what. Zelensky, Defense Minister Rustem Umerov, Commander-in-Chief the Russian Syrskyi, and Chief of the General Staff Anatoliy Bababab. But I don't see here Yermak. Why did they miss Yermak? I tell you for sure, that's Yermak. Looks like Weinstein for me. All right, and that's another picture right there. There you have them. So this is Yermak. This is Zelensky Stein, Yermak Stein. Then you have Umerov, you can tell. Here you have Syrskyi, and you have the other one too. I will check this guy and see who he is, even though I don't think I'm going to find anything on his history and so on. And don't even pretend. You see over there? That looks like a Greek goddess or a warrior, probably Athens, But nevertheless, with these guys here, what the fuck you have in common? You don't have anything. You don't have anything. You don't have anything. You have something, and I don't know about you. So let's check this guy out, right, and see who this guy is. So this is Anatoliy Barhylevych. Sounds more like a Polish guy with Levich at the end. And here it, Vladislavovich. Sometimes by this one you can also tell who's who, what's what. It doesn't say who is this guy. I don't see anything like, receiving anything from Israel or anything. Here is the guy. Now I don't know who he is. He might be the only Ukrainian at that table. I don't know. Maybe some of you can tell me. I don't see anything over there. Why is it like that? And why it should be desirable? Let's say I'm in my house with my family and I elect the chief of the house, the neighbor, who happens to be, I don't know, from Zimbabwe. Nothing against Zimbabwe, but just to make the contrast. Why would I want that? And then why would he do the same thing? Elect me as the chief of the house, his household. Why shouldn't I be in charge of my household with my family, and the guy from Zimbabwe in charge of his family, his household? Why should it be like this? Like I take care of your children, you take care of my children. Why shouldn't I take care of my children and you take care of your children? Because that's the way you can control a household. When you have people that have really no problem sending other people's children to war. Opa, meow meow came to, we need to go outside, that's the problem. Is time to go outside, and he's gonna be meowing around in here, coming close to me, snuggling a little bit, giving me the tail around my nose, and all that. So you tell me why. In Germany, in Romania, we had Klaus Johannes, German, ethnic German. Why? Why do I need to have that? He's a presentable guy. But why, in Germany, we're going to have what? A Zimbabwean? Why would you want to have this? Why is this desirable? It's only a control thing. And I will tell you and by the way, I would subscribe to this and I would say, yeah, maybe, okay, it's not acceptable. I will be more inclined to not think in those kind of terms if I would see, let's say, in Israel, the president, the prime minister, the chief of Mossad, the chief of Israel's defense forces, being all Iranians or Palestinians. When I see that over there like that, I would say, well, it's not them. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you know. So let me tell you how it works in order to make sure that you keep a group under control. Your outside control, foreign control. That is like this. In Romania, we have, minority, Hungarian minority, we have Gypsy minority, I'm not going to call it a Roma or a minority because it's Gypsy minority, Romanian majority, you have other Tatars minority, you have Ukrainian minorities, you have Polish minority, we have a lot of minorities, but small. But this is what you do. If you are in charge and you're a tyrant in Bucharest, you're the president, you want to make sure you have problems in, let's say, in the area where the majority are the Hungarians, let's say, okay? That's an area where it's majority. You're not going to appoint over there Hungarian chief of police. You're not going to appoint over there chief of the army in the area being a Hungarian. Why? That guy, when you tell him if shit hits the roof and you give the order to shoot those people because it's an uprising, he would say, I'm not going to kill my people. My family. But if you have, let's say, a guy who hates those people, he will have no problem giving the order to other guys that the whole echelon is of this kind of bad people, xenophobic in this case. And then in the area where you have a majority of Romanians, you're going to get a Hungarian that really, let's say in this case, hates the Romanians. And you're going to appoint him over there, and then it's going to be in a majority Romanian or full Romanian majority or full Romanian area, you're going to appoint people that you make sure that were abused or they have a problem with that majority, that group. Therefore, when you're going to give him a criminal order, he would have no problem implementing it. The same happened with the Gypsies. The Gypsies, were discriminated 100%. Badly. But they kept apart. Now the communists, they appointed a lot of gypsies in positions of police for that reason. Not because the gypsies are bad, but they could rely on these guys. If a criminal order is given, it's more likely that that guy appointed over there and given the job, he's going to follow that order. So the same here. Why do you think Ukraine, and it's not necessarily this could be the reason, why do you think Ukraine went to war with Russia as it did, with all these guys in charge, and I'm going to name the names: President Zelensky, Stein; Prime Minister Shmyhal, Stein; Defense Minister at that time Reznikov, Stein; Yermak, Stein being the chief of staff. How do you do this? For me, things are very clear. I'm just making it for you and for YouTube like I have doubts. I have no doubts. Why? Go and check in any, how do you call it? It escapes the term. It's called somehow. I can't remember. I mean, it was a long time, right? And I will say anti-unrest, I will make a word, unrest situations. One of this would be you have to have the loyal people who would follow the order blindly. When if you have someone who on top of that hates the people that he's in top of them, rules over them, he would have no problem committing any crime. What do you think that happened in Katyn Forest in Poland? Who did it? Some commissars. You have the names, my Polish friends. Will you name them for me? Will you dare? Why? Because those guys hated, not only the Russians, hated the Poles as well. Not that it was a big love between the Russians and the Poles in the first place. Crimes occurred. Russians committed crimes. The Poles committed crimes. Romanians committed crimes. All committed crimes. You know why? Because they're human in war. Who tells me, I'm sorry, only Israel did not. Is it going to pass now, YouTube, because I said that? That's how we are supposed to look at it. And if it happens, it was an accident and in self-defense. So again, my friends, why is it like this? Look at the United States of America. And the United States of America is different. Why? Because it, from pluribus unum, from many, one. But those many, we know who those many were supposed to be. It's right there. The founding fathers were of one stock. Look at the baboons we have right now. Look who they are. Now, this is a different country, but in Ukraine, that's a national state. You know what a national state is? Nation state. That means a tribe state. Tribe of the Ukrainians, tribe of the Israelis, tribe of the Palestinians, tribe of the Romanians, tribe of the this and that. That's how it worked. But somehow certain tribes is beneficial to them to have diversity and this kind of garbage, but one or two or three, no. In Africa, they don't care. But the same principle works if you want to make sure that the orders are followed from there. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.